When men began to multiply on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took as wives any whom they chose. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not strive with man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were also in the earth in those days, and afterwards, when the sons of God came to the daughters of men, who bore children by them. These were the mighty heroes of old, warriors of renown. The Lord God saw that man's wickedness on earth was great, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil all the time. And the Lord God was sorry he had made man on earth, and his heart was deeply pained. So the Lord God said, I will wipe mankind whom I have created from the face of the earth, men and animals and creeping things and birds of the air. I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. And this is the account of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God. And Noah fathered 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and filled with violence. God looked on the earth and saw that it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. So God said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me. I am going to put an end to them and destroy them along with the earth. Build yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in the ark and coat it inside and out with pitch. And this is how you are to build it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits or 450 feet wide. Its width, 50 cubits or 75 feet wide. And its height, 30 cubits or 45 feet high. Make a roof for the ark and finish it to within a cubit, that is 18 inches from the top. Make a door for the ark in the side of it and build it with lower, middle, and upper decks. For I, even I myself, am going to bring a great flood of waters on the earth, to destroy from under heaven all flesh in which is the breath of life. Everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark. And you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives. Bring with you species of every kind of animal on earth, every kind of livestock, every kind of creeping thing that crawls on the earth, and every kind of bird. Male and female. I'm spacing. Also, take with you some of every kind of food that is to be eaten. Gather it up and store it away, and it will be food for you and for them. Noah did this. Everything just as the Lord commanded. That is what he did. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came on the earth. I'm sorry, I'm just jumping the track here. Backtrack. Then God said to Noah, go into the ark, you and all your household, for you alone have I found righteous before me in this generation. Bring with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 2 each of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate. Also, 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various species alive on the earth. 7 days from now, I'm going to bring rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights. And I will wipe out from earth every living thing that I have created. Noah did as God commanded. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came on the earth, and he and his wife and his sons and their wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds, and of creeping things that crawl along the earth came to Noah and entered the ark, 2 and 2, male and female, just as God had commanded Noah. After 7 days, the waters of the flood came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, in the 17th day of the month, on that day, the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of heaven were opened, and rain poured down on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that very day, Noah and Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons went into the ark, along with every kind of animal, every kind of livestock, and every kind of bird, every creature with wings. The animals were male and female of every species on earth, just as God commanded. Then the Lord shut him in. For 40 days the floods kept coming on the earth. And as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the waters. They rose and increased exceedingly on the earth, and the tops of all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 20 feet. Every living thing that moved on the earth perished. Birds, livestock, animals, all creeping things that crawl along the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. Men and animals and birds and creeping things were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those who were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed on the earth for 150 days. But God remembered Noah and the animals and beasts that were with him in the ark. And God sent a great wind to sweep over the earth. And the waters receded. Also the springs of the deep and the floodgates of heaven were closed, and the downpour from the sky was held back. And the waters receded steadily until, at the end of 150 days, the waters subsided. In the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month. And the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. After 40 days, Noah opened the window in the ark that he had made, and he sent out a raven, which flew back and forth until the waters had dried from off the earth. And then Noah sent out a dove to see whether the waters had diminished on the earth. But the dove could find no place to rest its foot. Water was over all the surface of the earth, and it returned to Noah in the ark. Noah reached out a hand and drew it back into himself into the ark. Noah waited another 7 days and sent the dove out from the ark again. It returned to him in the evening, and there, in its beak, was a fresh plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had diminished on the earth. Noah waited another 7 days and sent the dove out again, and this time it did not return to him anymore. By the 601st year, the first day of the first month, the waters had dried from off the earth. Noah removed the covering from the ark and looked and saw that the surface of the ground was drying out. By the second month, the 27th day, the ground was dry. Then the Lord said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out with you all the living creatures that are with you, the birds, the livestock, the animals, that they may roam on the earth, and that they may be fruitful and multiply in it." So Noah came out of the ark together with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives, and every living creature that was with him, the animals and birds, came out of the ark by families, one kind after another. Noah built an altar to the Lord, and he took from every clean animal and every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though every inclination of his heart is evil from his youth. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." The Lord blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth and all the birds of the air, every creeping thing that crawls along the ground, and all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hands. Every living thing that moves will be food for you. As I gave you the green plants, so I now give you everything. But you must not eat meat with its life, that is, its blood. And for your lifeblood I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand it from every animal, and from each man too I will demand an accounting for the life of his fellow man. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For in his own image has God made man." And God said to Noah and to his sons with him, "I now establish my covenant with you, and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the animals, all that came out of the ark. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all flesh be cut off by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth." And God said, "This will be the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all ages and generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds on the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember the covenant between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and will remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh on the earth." So God said, "This is the sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all life on earth." The sons of Noah that came out of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. From these came the people who spread out over all the face of the earth.